Bob, the webinar has started, so the attendees can hear us. You'll find with this show, we tend to get a run right on start time. A few more will come in, and then it'll be run out onto YouTube and Facebook and Twitter pretty quickly.
No
nice
problem.
to see a few of you guys. Hey, mate, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good, thanks. Nice to see a few familiar faces in the room. It's good to be back. My first trading experts for 2021. Good to see you guys all in. Seeing a number of familiar faces from the trading retreat the other day, where we saw Bob come in and talk about his trading. I imagine that Angel's in the room, Maya's in the room, and she will keep an eye on us and make sure everything runs smoothly. And then once she has done that, we will zoom out to YouTube, and she'll keep an eye on that for us as well. Now, hi everybody, and first of all, welcome to the show. It's great to have your company tonight. My name is Paul Botford. I'm the founder of Actions to Wealth and Online Trading Profits. It is indeed a pleasure to be with you. My first show of the year, and good evening, John. Nice to see you, buddy. And it's great to see some familiar faces in the Zoom room, and feel free to answer questions if you're in the Zoom room. And good news today, my guest is Bob Steadman-Powell, and Bob, known to some as the Tattooed Trader. Our guys call you Bob the Pip Builder, Bob the Account Builder. It's been a pretty good period of trading for you.
Yeah, not been bad at all. Not been too bad at all.
Mate, I am going to do a quick market analysis, and then I'm going to come back and ask you guys some questions. Guys, if you have any questions for Bob, you can throw them in the questions box, and I will ask them for you. Sorry, guys, I am just in the background checking on a couple of things. There we go. That's what I want. Thought I'd ask now. Get my questions ready to go. Look, guys, if you ask me, fascinating time in the market, and some really interesting charts. And I've been traveling. You guys will know I've been traveling a lot. I'm only back in this isolation hotel recently, and things. I'm really looking forward to getting back into a bit of trading over the next few days. Actually, my plan is I'm going to do some work on seeing if I can redevelop a daily strategy. Look, interesting chart. This. I had a crack at this in the trading retreat. This bounce off the 200-day moving average. I really love this trade, but then it just blew straight through, took me out. Retested the 200-day moving average from below, got below the monthly pivot, and put in that opportunity, and that was a lovely opportunity to get short and to make some money. And while we're seeing a retrace here, I will stay short on Aussie New Zealand dollar at this point. As you guys know, a few concerns around COVID around this bar here, a little bit of a concern, but seems to have gone away. I've got to say, in the isolation hotel, there's no one here that seems to have COVID, so that's a good old-fashioned thing. Look, for mine, these are the charts that really interest me at the moment, and it's this in particular that interests me. It's not uncommon for stock markets to get to previous levels, and to hesitate a little bit. We see a fair bit of this over market. Gets to the level, hesitates a little bit, right? And we're seeing this back up at this previous level and hesitating a little bit and not quite breaking through. But what's significant here for me on the S&P is I've got a lower low and a decisively lower low. And if this is the high, all of a sudden I've got lower low, lower high. And technically for me, sentiment is changing on the S&P. Now, hard to get a meaningful neckline out of this. But I'd be looking for a close, a high around here, starting to finish off a sort of head and shoulders type pattern, more ashes pattern than mine. But it concerns me as a trader that this high hasn't really pushed up from here. There's some real hesitation look about this. This hasn't driven through the way it expected it. When it does put in highs, it might drive through. Then it's given me this lower low. And now, look, it's a big few days from mine. This prints a lower high and starts to fall away. And really, S&P is looking, I would have thought, perhaps down around this level here. Still well above my stops, to be fair, but a decent hike back, A lower low down here would be the next confirmation of the short for mine. At the same time, break these highs, close above them on a meaningful time frame, even a 4-hour time frame. You close above that level there on a 4-hourly chart, and we are off to the races, and 4,000's in the picture. And this is why trading is such an interesting thing, because I would imagine in the next couple of days, this will get really clear for us. Right now, I am slightly bearish. I'd be bearish below the second last bar, really bearish below this bar here, but slightly bearish at the moment. But a close above this level here on a 4-hourly chart, and it's a completely different game for mine. And I'll be looking for a breakout, a retest, and a further extension. So interesting time on the US 500. Let me get where is it? Let's get the Nasdaq up, and it's a similar type pattern for mine. Not quite the same, but what appears to be starting to form here is a little double top, and this one, and interestingly enough for mine, a little double bottom. And again, it just looks like price momentum's at a real issue here. And again, if we got the breakthrough and got up above here, then we're on the way for mine, and this uptrend, this massive uptrend, will continue. But right now, it'd be pretty easy to be looking to be short below this bar and looking to play back down to 12,700 or somewhere around there. Gold, well, gold is back being gold. Well, that makes my box there's the same color as my chart, so that hasn't worked out all that well for me. But we are back. We're back in the range, and look, really are testing the lows of this range, and a break here would see 1760 back in the play. And gosh, I just remember going up here and thinking that gold was going to the moon, as Shukri would say, and yet, but it has certainly lost its way. And a breakthrough here, as I say, could see us back down around these levels, and perhaps more decision again from there. Really to get long on gold. Look, sorry, let's do this one first. To get short on gold, break, retest down, looks to move short for mine. We have got the 200-day moving average in here again, so close below that on a daily is very bearish as well. Still likely to see some level of retracement before the move down. A little bit of support from this horizontal level on the way through, but this is the target. Long, similar type thing, needs to get above the monthly pivot to retest that. First stop at the horizontal level at 1900, and then heading away for the long. Look, we all know there's a massive seasonal long on gold, and that seasonal gold has been in play for some time and hasn't worked. And there's a lot of talk about why, and one of the reasons for mine is because it's a seasonal and they don't work. It doesn't say 100 years and out of 100 years it works, but they work really regularly. What we have seen is this move up that pushed into that seasonal, then this pull back in this range. Why? Look, without having done the research, I would suggest that the Indian wedding season, that with a lot of gold at this time of year, might just not be its normal self, and that we may be seeing a COVID effect on gold where demand for gold is not as high as usual, because we're not buying gold for Christmas presents. We're not buying gold for rings for the Indian wedding season. Maybe that's impacting the demand for gold, and this does look bearish. This does look like it might break out and have a little proper look down, which maybe gold just needs. Maybe gold just needs to get down here and flush a few people out before it has a decent run up. Bitcoin, just hesitating at the moment, been up around 38.6. Look for mine. Again, I think, it depends a little bit. You can read these things a couple of ways. You can call that a low and call that a sort of the same low. I think that's reasonable. Or you can just, say there's only one bar above that. I like to have two bars on both sides in the move, and call this the low and call it a higher low. For mine, we have got here a lower high, testing this previous level. And in reality, I wouldn't be at all surprised to see the market push back up, and around this 40,000 level, I'd be interested in seeing a decision on direction from it. I wouldn't be at all surprised to see it get up there and give it a bit of a nudge in the next couple of weeks. XTI, really, look, we had this lovely time trading this range, and it has gone. And it just looks to me like it's gone, and it'll be interesting to see where this stops. But right now, bullish on oil, possibly too late to get in. Look, I've seen a couple of questions come in. I'll see if I can get to any of those before we. Morning, everybody, and yes, I'm nicely rested. Thanks, Helen. I spent a day asleep the other day when I got to New Zealand, so I'm feeling way better. Look, that's enough of a market overview for me. Let's bring Bob in and have a bit of a chat about his trading. Bob, you with me?
Sure am, Paul. How are you?
I'm good. How are things?
Very good, thank you. Very good indeed. Nice market update. Thank you for that.
Pleasure, mate. Developing along nicely, mate. Got a camera now. Got a microphone ready to go, right?
We're ready to go. We're ready to go,
mate. Look, I know at times you call yourself the tattoo trader, and our guys are calling you Bob the account builder.
Sounds good to me.
Either one's okay, isn't it? Look, you don't look like the average trader.
No, I definitely don't.
What got you into it?
Yeah, it's a tough one, really, because for years and years, even when I was much younger, I've been interested in the idea, liked markets, if you like, and following what was going on in them. But I was detached from that kind of world entirely, working as a tattooer for over a decade. But then one thing I did notice from all my customers, which is a wide range of people from all different walks of life, but all of them seem to have money problems, And whilst there's obviously tattooing's a good cash flow job, there's a limit to what you can earn based on how many hours your ass is in the seat tattooing. So, yeah, I started to look for other ways that I could disconnect making money from the hours that I put into working. And so began a very, a life-changing learning experience, shall we say.
Nice, mate. So how long ago did you place your first trade?
First trade would have been placed end of 2018, start of 2019.
Cool. So 2019 to 2020. We had it for about 2 years in total.
Yeah, 2 years in total. 1 year with the strategy that I've been working on that I'm looking forward to sharing with you guys on Saturday.
Yeah, mate, you're going to come in Saturday, 10 o'clock, and spend 3 hours and take people through in detail how to do to do this. And look, we're going to talk about results, but you've had pretty good results. I guess we've done it in the promo. You've done 10 times in your account in the last year. But
running on 10x now with no leverage. Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about the 2 years. The first year a learning experience, or the first term a losing experience? What was the first year like?
No, the first year was actually more profitable than my cash trading has been. I went from, in a paper account, I think it was 100,000 that is the base limit you start with, and took that up to 1.7, 1.8 million, I think. But then, of course, as soon as there's real money on the table, the risk got wound right back in. Obviously, all those real emotions come into play. And so the profitability took a hit, but still at a high success rate. And as much as the profitability takes a hit, the losses are cushioned nicely as well.
You love it, don't you? You can see as you talk about it and looking back, you can see you smiling away. You've loved the journey, haven't you?
Yeah, I'm mad for it. Yeah. I love it. Yeah.
Nice, mate. And you trade stocks. A lot of the people who'll be listening to this will be Forex traders. Can you tell us in basic terms what you do?
Yeah, so in basic terms, I'm dealing with low-cost stocks, under $10. I don't really mess with under $2, really. And then I'm just basically trying to ride momentum on high volatility trading days. So pretty much the US market open is my favorite time, best time, and it responds best to the strategy that I'll be sharing on Saturday.
Mate, so you're in New Zealand, right? I'm in New Zealand at the moment. The US Open is what time of day?
That is currently at 3:30 in the morning.
It sounds pretty committed, Bob. So you get up at 3 o'clock and get yourself ready and go trading. How do you do it?
Well, my desk with my screens and all that set up is approximately 3 feet from my bed. So, so I roll out, and I'm often not as clothed as I am now to do it. I'll tell you that much.
We appreciate the effort for the diet. We really do.
Yeah. So no, it's no problem really. Obviously, controlling my own hours at the tattoo studio, I can quite comfortably tattoo Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and then trade the rest of the week.
So if you trade 3 till 6, you have a bit of a sleep and go do some tattooing in the afternoon. Is that sort of the drill?
Oh, well, or I'll just take that whole day off. So I'll pretty much just, if you like, be a trader from Monday to Thursday and a tattooer from Friday to Saturday, or Friday to Sunday.
You said if I like, what I reckon is there's a lot of people listening and they would like. I think they would
I hope
like
they
to
do
be able
like
to
it.
be, able to do that. So basically 4 days a week, you're able to create, I really like it, right? So 4 days a week, you're able to replace your income, and you're able to do it in a way that allows you to have some quality time to do whatever you like. And 3 days a week, you make the money to take some of the psychological pressure off you from trading. So you're not completely reliant on the money from trading, but bit by bit, day by day, you can transition all the way through if you can continue what you're doing, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. And of course, obviously, tattooing is a passion as well, much like trading. It's like neither of them are actually jobs, if you like. They're both passions, so it's easy to do. It's good fun. Yeah, no, it's good. And the strategy that I've been working towards, not perfecting. I don't want to say perfecting because it's obviously everyone who's ever traded knows there's no perfect. But the strategy I've been working with that I'll be sharing on Saturday is kind of, the focus is on it not being sat there for the whole trading day. Like we spoke about the other day on the AMC trade, that was one trade that made the week's worth of money. So I didn't force any other trades. I kicked my feet up. I just relaxed with it, So you don't have to be sat there when the whole market, all day long, you're there for half hour before the market's opening, doing your setup and everything. And then just dependent on the volatility, you might only be there for half an hour and you can't quite pick the entry signal you're looking for. You might be for there 2 hours, winning or losing. So yeah, it's not a labor intensive strategy.
It's funny, Bob. I was going to ask you if once daylight saving finishes, whether the US Open comes back to 1:30 in New Zealand, and I was thinking that would be better, be worse, right? You're better to go to sleep, get up at 3 o'clock, trade, and go and do something. 1:30 is in the middle of the night. It's actually, but it's worse. You've got to stay up through it, and then you are ruined on the far side of it, right?
Yeah. That is probably. Yeah, that's probably about right, actually. Yeah, realist. I hadn't actually thought of it until you just mentioned it right there, because psychologically I think, oh, well, half one's earlier. Of course, that's better. But no, you raise a very good point.
Mate, you've said something a couple of times, and I want to see. If I can. So, 3:30 New Zealand is 10:30 p.m. Sing, which means that once daylight savings, it'll be 8:30 p.m. Sing. So this is quite tradable for the average Singaporean. We have a lot of Singaporean Malaysians. We have a lot of people from that area in our show. It's where we've done a lot of education at a time. But I want to see if I can just backtrack here for a minute and see if I've got it clear. You're going to spend 3 hours on Saturday, and you're going to teach them a strategy, start to finish, that they can trade next week.
Yep, I'm going to literally start with what kind of trading account you need, how to set that account up, everything, how to lay out everything, the lot, absolutely everything, from absolute start through to how we're going to build a scanner and how we're going to find our opportunities, what entries we're going to pounce on to open trades, what we're looking for to close them. And then hopefully I'll even show you how to laugh all the way to the bank afterwards.
So I want to be really clear for people, because I think this stuff can get confused. Bob hasn't made 10% in the last 12 months. He's 10 times his account. He's put a 0 on the end of his account. And in 3 hours, $400 a person, we're going to show them how they can do this and make the same kind of money you do. I mean, literally, if they've got $40, they'll be able to make the 400 back in a year, right? 10 times.
Yeah, that's it. This is tradable on whatever minimum the brokerage, average $500 US minimum.
So
it is tradable.
we're not really going to charge you guys $400. We're not really going to do that, guys. I was only kidding about the $400. We're going to charge you $450. Sorry, Bob.
Nice one.
We'll get to it. Hey, and don't forget, guys, at the end of this show, at the end of this interview, we are going to do a free draw, and one of you is going to win a free place on Bob's course on Saturday. And look, we do know it's the weekend before Chinese New Year, and you guys are really busy, and there's a lot of stuff goes on in different parts of Asia at that time. So if you can't attend live, you can watch the recording afterwards. We do know that for some people, timing this weekend, there's some people for whom it's the busiest weekend of the year. So we do get that, but we're going to do it from 10 to 1 Singapore time. And as I say, there'll be a recording available, and somebody will win access to this course before this show is over.
Look forward to having the winner there, whoever. Good luck to everyone.
Not only to day traders, your strategy for 30-day window as well, please. Look, Roy, I'd suggest, so Bob's going to momentum trade the US market open. If you're not, when you say you're not allowed to day trade, I'm not quite sure. I don't quite know where the rules come from. Sorry, but
so that will be the PDT rule. That's a PDT rule for accounts under 25,000. I'll tell you what, as a free bonus on the course on Saturday, if you come along, I'll tell you how to get around that PDT. Tell you how to use less than $25,000 and have no trading restrictions, and that way you can follow my strategy exactly.
Okay, I didn't hear any of that. I've got no idea what he's talked about there. Okay. On Saturday, you're literally going to say, open up this kind of account. This is how you do that. This is the scanner. This is how I build it. No. So John, for those that have signed up for the 3 sessions with Gordon, you get Bob's session thrown in. So you don't have to sign up again. James will be in touch tomorrow. PDT is?
PDT, the pattern day trading rule, which is a rule if you are using a US broker to trade US securities, you are only allowed to trade the same security 3 times in a 5-day rolling period. And that is the pattern day trading rule. If you break that, you can have your trades can be automatically cancelled. It's kind of it for lower end capital preservation, if you like. So usually runs under 25,000 US.
There we go. There's the PDT rule, and we're going to get around that because we're going to have a broker that's not US based, and that won't apply to us when that happens.
Precisely, right? Precisely.
Not just yet, thanks. Mai's just letting me know that she's been kicked out of the thing. Mai, if you could put that link into direct chat with me, just in case you have another power cut. I know there's a lot of power cuts going on over there at the moment, so if you could put that link into a chat for me, and just in case you would go again, so I can post it. But for now, there's no need to post it. We're going to keep them in suspense for the price for a little while. So it's all very well to say in 3 hours you can teach them how to open an account, how to set up a scanner, how to pick their trades, how to trade it, how to make your money potentially. And look, it's different from how to 10 times their account in a year. How complicated is it?
Well, I can do it. No, I'm quite sure after sitting in with you guys for your trading retreat the other day, hearing obviously a lot of your technical analysis on the Forex chats and stuff, I'm pretty confident anyone who is competent in sitting with Forex chats will probably find this remarkably simple, to be fair. It is not an overly complex strategy. Needs to be obviously straightforward enough for me to do it at 3 a.m. when I'm barely functioning. So compared to some of the stuff I've seen and how overcomplicated things are, that's what I've spent the last few years doing now, is unraveling all the unnecessary complexity, stripping away the stuff that, if anything, keeps a lot of people out, that could act as a barrier to entry. So I tried to work all of that down to just what is the core essential stuff. And I'm pretty happy with what I've ended up with. I think the strategy is straightforward, as straightforward as these things can be.
I've got to ask you a question, Bob. You've 10 times your account, and look, how we work in Forex is that if you in a year make 20%, then that's really good as long as your drawdown for the year is below 10%. So if your profit is twice your drawdown,
Yeah.
what kind of drawdown have you had? What kind of drawdown have you had in the last 12 months on the real life money stuff?
Yeah, under the boundary that you've just said, definitely under that boundary.
Okay. So
yeah, definitely under like a 2 to 1.
Yeah. So say that again, please, Bob.
So yeah, definitely under that 2 to 1, like you say. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
definitely under that.
And I've got a question from John. How long did you spend paper trading before using real money?
I paper traded for a whole year.
Do you know what kind of trader you are?
Pretty happy one.
Honestly, I haven't seen anyone that 10 times their account is unhappy, Bob. It seems
true that. No, if anything, I'm a very short-term momentum trader.
Jordan Belford. Let me. I think I've got one more question for you myself, Bob. But before I ask you that question, I just want to open up to the team. If you guys are there, if you have any questions that you'd like to ask Bob, put them in the box, and let's hear them. It's nice to see you guys in the room. Just heard from Simon. Nice to see you guys. Dominic, good to see you, and good to see Swee in as well. Yeah, nice room, looks nice and busy. Good to see you guys. And hey, Paresh, how you doing? Got a few in from the UK, one from South Africa. Crystal, welcome from Malaysia. Nice to see you guys and girls. If you have any questions, put them in the questions box and I'll ask Bob. And look, here's the part that I find fascinating, right? Bob's 10 times the stock of trading account in the last year, trading something simple. He's going to teach it to you on Saturday for under $500. Under $500, he's going to teach you the whole thing. And again, he's not saying to you, I think you can 10 times your trading account. He's saying, I have 10 times my trading account. Look, before any questions come in, yes. I think he is probably a Jaguar, and I guess Jaguars are looking for about 3 to 1 reward to risks as a general rule, perhaps a little bit more, but looking to keep a winning percentage, reasonably solid.
I'm looking to keep up, if I can be on the upside of 70-75% success rate with the trades, that's a good average for me. Happy with that.
Bob, any guidance after the day course? Look,
I'm totally, sorry, go on.
Wayne, we haven't actually spoken to Bob in any real detail about that. So I think he was about to say he's open to it. And
I'll be around.
We'll be supportive of it. We haven't really worked out as far as what a package might look like and how that might work and when he can do it. I'll have a chat with him tomorrow in between tomorrow's tattoo days. Up in the middle of the night in New Zealand, tomorrow is tattoo day, so I will check that out for you. But look, I don't think anyone has the intention to teach some stuff and just dump you. It's always a little bit about trying to balance. It's one of the things, right? And Bob's 10 times his account this year, and that's cool on a smallish account. It's really nice. But if he does it again this year, it becomes quite a lot of money. If he does it again next year, it becomes a hell of a lot of money. And we've got to be pretty realistic with all our traders about time. We've got to make sure that they teach and they teach thoroughly and properly. And then we've just got to get the time for the rest worked out with them, because obviously to miss a trading session to teach somebody is tough when you're trying, when you're making great money. So we've got to make sure we can balance it around that. And he is in a different time zone to you. It's 5 hours in front. And let me tell you, as someone who's also 5 hours in front, that does limit some options around when you can do some of this stuff. So let me have a bit of a chat with Bob tomorrow, see what we can sort out. We'll have that available on Saturday for those that do his program. I will ask Mai, who I think is in the room, while we go to the next part. I'm going to ask Mai to pop the link into the box for you guys. So if you do want to join, you can join. I'm going to take you guys through this. It's pretty simple, guys. 3 hours with Bob on Saturday, $47, and that's Sing. So we'll keep it. I don't want them overrun, so we've got a few guys that have signed up to Gordon's 3 courses that get Bob's program free. We're going to give one away. So we're going to keep it to maybe 6 or 7 people here, for today. So the first 7 that do it get in. Now, Bob, I was wondering if you could help me with something.
No problem.
What's Reddit?
Reddit, I think it's
Yeah.
the bane of most hedge fund managers' life this past week. It is a forum platform, an online forum. So Reddit is the name of the website, and within it, the different forums which people can start and then communicate within and share within are called subreddits. And Wall Street Bets is a very popular subreddit. They kind of became well known for things called YOLO trades, which can be translated to meaning you're either going to be a multimillionaire or homeless. They don't know about risk management. They're lunatic traders. I'm not saying they're bad traders or stupid traders. I'm just saying they're lunatic traders. Some people think that's a good thing. They tend to trade through the newer app-based platforms available in America, like Webull, Robinhood.
Yeah.
They tend to be trading in options. They try to make their money by taking crazy option bets and then doing what they can to change that market, as they've done with GameStop, AMC, even silver. It would seem they've even had a little effect on the silver market this past week as well.
And so last week with GameStop, they picked GameStop up because they felt the institutions had a lot of shorts sitting in it, and they wanted to show the institutions that was not a great thing.
Well, GameStop was sitting at 140% short interest, which means the shares that were out short outweighed the shares available to buy back when those shorts needed to be covered or premium paid. So in buying up all available shares then, it forced more of the heavy hitters who had short positions, it forced them into having to get their shares back and try and get out of their short positions and such. And so we saw it go from, I think it might have been single digits or low double digits all the way up above $300. And I mean, also as well, Michael Burry, famous for his housing market call that was turned into the film The Big Short.
He's the Big Short guy, yep.
Yep, so he bought into GameStop based on their fundamentals about halfway through last year. And that's actually how I'd been watching them. I've been watching them since then, based on his actual sensible investment. And then it just went ballistic. I didn't take any trades on it because it's not inside the price range that I operate in. So even if you can clearly see that it was going to go to the moon, that wasn't within my criteria, so I avoided it.
Cool. I did bring up a question for me. Oh yeah, sorry. So you say that you're trading stocks between $2 and $10, and that you can trade them with an account from about what account size do you need to be able to do what you're doing?
Well, I'm pretty sure that if $500 is usually the minimum.
Yeah.
So I mean, you could do that. You just have to stick to the same risk, and it's a scalable strategy. So it's something, that you can build on. That's part of what's allowed me to 10 times the account. And so we'll go into that. We'll be covering that, and how we can almost speed up the compounding a little bit, use it to our advantage.
Well, like, it'd be really interesting, Bob, with due respect to you, you've obviously had a stellar 2 years. You've learned a lot. You do a great job. But if we could get, half a dozen, 10 people trading the same stuff as you, it'd be really interesting to see whether we could evolve it again, whether if we had some newer people and some more advanced people jump in with you, whether it could go to another level. Not that it needs to go to another level. I think it can do what it's doing. But
it'd be brilliant if it could. Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Rightio, guys, the link is there if you want to sign up. Click on the link and grab a place. And if you do win the free version of Bob's course, we will give you the money back. But sign up first so you don't miss out. I'm going to ask Mai if we can do the draw. Only people in Zoom get to be part of the draw, and you need to be in Zoom at the end to be able to collect on this. So it's a great prize. Mai, can you set it up for me? Look, if we lose you in the middle of this, Mai, I'll take it over. But if you can do it for now, that would be great. I'm going to get the cameras out of the way. So who is going to win this Saturday's program? Is that Paul me? I wouldn't mind winning it. Here we go. We have a winner, LC. LC, are you in the room? There we go. Elsie,
Nice
you're
one.
going to need to tell us your full name, so I can give it to. Well, there you go, Elsie.
Well done. Good stuff.
Congratulations. We'll see you on Saturday. Elsie, can you type your full name in, please, so that Mike can pick it up and get it off to James? Oh, hi, Colin. How you doing? Welcome along. You're doing pretty well, buddy. Guys, please do try and register for these things. Let me answer a couple of questions that have come pouring in. Excellent, Wayne. Congratulations for being in there, mate. What I said,
Awesome,
Crystal,
Wayne.
was
Look forward
that
to
if you
seeing you.
signed up and then you won the draw, we'd refund you because you'd signed up and you won it for free. But Colin won the draw, so that doesn't apply to you on the money back thing. Although obviously any program that we run, Crystal, if you did it and you weren't happy, we'd give you your money back because we just don't do that kind of thing. Which broker? Bob's going to go through that on Saturday from 10 till 1. Do you want to share that now, or do you want to hold on for the end for the event?
Obviously, I think there's a few options dependent on different people, you know, where they are, what, you know. I'll go through a few different options that can be catered to people who are in there in the course dependent. You know, there are a whole bunch. You could very easily find some yourself if you just look for offshore brokerages. But obviously, I'll run through specifically dependent on, you know, who the person is, all of that. Yeah.
Fantastic. Rightio, Bob, how important is psychology to trading?
I think it is real important, and it's that's actually been one of my favorite things about it is learning that psychology. You know, not taking the trades that you think you should, or just because someone else has, or, you know, learning to take losses, learning when to call it quits, seeing things that you could have taken but didn't and not feeling bad about it. Knowing how much of, you know, even if a trade's going really good, you feel like, oh, if I double my position, I'll make double the money. You know, the psychology is important. Yeah, definitely.
You how did you learn the discipline, or is it just part of who you are?
It's absolutely not part of who I am. It is the polar opposite to who I am. So that's why I think it's been so beneficial to me. And I've just learned it, sat behind a computer doing it.
Yeah, it's one of those things, Bob. You've obviously had a stellar time on the paper trading and a great time on the live trading. But the truth is, for every trader, there's the odd tough moment where we do something and look back and go, what the hell was I thinking? And you've got to learn from it, right? You can make every mistake once, best not to make them twice.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, if the mistakes can just get smaller and smaller every time, then you've learned something.
Cheers, mate. Thank you very much. Look, I'm going to leave the questions up. I'm going to give you guys a chance to ask any questions that you want to for the next couple of minutes, and I will pass them on to Bob. If you're on YouTube, just post them in or Facebook. I'll be keeping an eye on that, so you can bring them in from there. If there are any more questions, I will ask Bob. Otherwise, we're going to wind it up. It is 12:36 in the morning in New Zealand, where we both are, and Bob's got a job to get to in the morning, and I've got a little bit of trading planned for tomorrow morning, if I'm honest. So looking forward to that. Any final questions before we wind this up? Mate, so we're going to see you on Saturday, 10 a.m. I'll be there. I'm looking forward to it very much.
Nice one, Paul. You want a quick market update before I go? We've got the local market, NZX down, NASDAQ down a touch, Dow and S&P up a touch, Euro markets looking up collectively, Asia the opposite, futures, gold, silver down, everything else looking good for the morning. So good luck to everyone today.
Cheers, Bob. Thank you very much,
Cheers,
mate.
See ya.
See you, bud. Cheers, everybody. See you later. Stuart, can you send that to Contact Actions to Wealth or to one of the team? Okay. I'm the host, so I've got to end it. Stuart, there is the link you signed up for one Gordon Scott program is the same link you go to. Sorry about the blue band. It says I don't. That's why I don't have COVID band at the isolation. If you go to the same link, you'll be able to sign up for all three. And if you sign up for all three, we'll refund you for one and put you on this program as well. I am the host, and guys, it's great to be back. It's been a little while between shows. I'll be back next Thursday at the same time. My second and final one from isolation next to Auckland Airport. Wherever you are in the world, guys, take care of yourselves. Stay safe, and we'll see many of you on Saturday. Cheers, everybody. See you later.